Pregame.com.
Pregame.tv, Steve Fezzik here once again with Vegas Runner, breaking down the elite NBA games suddenly. And we're going to be talking about the Thunder against the Jekyll and Hyde Knicks. I had trouble with this one, I have to tell you. So often I'm an opinionated person. I love this. I hate that. I'm very rarely, I don't know.
Neutral on the fence.
This one I'm kind of in the Romulan neutral zone. Help me out on this.
Let me see if I could convince you. I like the Knicks in this spot. I really do. If you look at Oklahoma City, they've had one of the toughest schedules of late. They were at Denver, at the Clippers, came home and played the Lakers, and now they got to go to New York. All that within 7 games.
Big game, day off. Big game, day off.
Exactly. Traveling, coming home, traveling, coming home. I think that's not a good spot for Oklahoma City. The other reason I like the Knicks here is the Carmelo Anthony situation. I really love to back a team when their star player isn't healthy, or better yet, is out. Because the rest of the team steps it up. When you're sitting back because you know player A is going to come in, he's going to hold the ball all the time, he's going to win his 30 points. You know, you're not in the game 48 minutes. You're not giving 48 minutes of effort. But when you know he's not going to play, this is your chance to shine. Every night, you don't know who's going to step up. The other night, we saw it was Stoudemire. He took the game over
down
all on
20,
his own. Exactly.
You see Carmelo trip over the 50-yard line on midcourt. He goes down, limps off. You say they're dead against Cleveland.
Exactly.
Boom. And
I thought that was a big win for them, the way they came back against that team. Even though it's not a good team, Cleveland, it's the fact that you came back, it was on the road, and you got the win. You got it done. And if anything, that builds your confidence with your star player out. And when you look at this Oklahoma City team, I know they're good, okay? I know they're one of the best teams in the NBA. I believe they're overvalued in the betting market, but they've exceeded it. I mean, they're just having an extraordinary.
How can they be overvalued?
Exactly.
Do you think they will be overvalued?
Exactly.
They'll become.
Meaning that the premium is at least the books are trying to attach a premium. It just hasn't been enough yet. They're playing extraordinary.
One thing about these young guys, you know, when you got, Westbrook running with Durant, and
right.
the coach doesn't have to like cut back their minutes towards the end of the year, worry about this. So they're not going to go into the tank like a Celtic type of team might do. You know.
Do you think though? When you look at them, they're not deep. You know, now their 6th man is Martin. You know, last year was Harden.
Hey, I'm not deep in my knowledge. If I got to go on the bench, I'm in trouble.
They're not. That's it. They're 5 starters and Martin, 6 guys. And that's why I think for that team, scheduling's so important. You know, if you're going to bet against them, you want to try to pick a spot where they may not be at 100% physically. Like they may be a little tired. Because, again, there is a attempt to add a premium on them. So far, it hasn't helped the books out much because this team's been covering.
Sure.
But I know they're trying to protect themselves. If I'm an odds maker, my client's the bookmaker, I got to try to protect them. And if I know they're going to get pounded with Oklahoma City money and my line says 8, I'm going to send it out at closer to 10. You have to.
Now, here's my concern, because I've been trying to watch more and more of the game. So I'm watching the Clipper game, and Oklahoma City's just pounding the Clippers.
Right.
All right?
They're having a lot of fun, this team.
And the Clippers get it back to, they're down 6 points. It's the end, but Oklahoma City's in command. And I have a live wager on Oklahoma City. And then I haven't seen this before. 3-pointers in the air, and Serge Ibaka takes an arm bar onto Blake Griffin and then pounds him in the nether regions. Swish, the 3-pointer goes in. The flagrant 2 gets called. Griffin makes a free throw. The Clippers get the ball. They hit another 3, and they get a 7-point possession. So now I look at this, and the final score is very close game. But I watched that game, and I know Oklahoma City was hitting on all cylinders in that game, so I'm worried.
Right.
Here's a game where the final score looked like they had trouble.
Not indicative of what really happened.
But these Knicks, who the heck knows what the games they play? Because then I faded the Knicks, and they played the best half I've ever seen against the Heat, and a terrible half, and then another terrible half, and then they played great. And I think maybe the best thing that happens, we watch our sports options or Don Best screens, and we hear Carmelo Anthony is reported out, and then let the line move a point, maybe.
That's what I look for. That's definitely what I look for, especially in the NBA, and more importantly, when it's a marquee game, a primetime game that's going to attract heavy public volume anyway, and then you couple that with a key injury.
Sure.
And it sets up nicely. It's like the perfect storm to know at least you're getting your money down where you should be getting the best of it. It's not always the case, but going in, you should expect to be getting the best of it.
You like this play better if they win at Detroit the night before or if they lose?
I'd like them to win. I'd like them to come in on a roll, to have that confidence.
Let's make
it a team that needs it.
Let's make it official.
Oklahoma City at the New York Knicks. I'm going to go against the Thunder here and back the Knicks. I know they're hot and cold. You don't know what Knicks team's going to show up from one half to the other, let alone one quarter to the next. But I think this is a good spot for them. When you look at Oklahoma City, not a deep team. They only go about 6 deep, and they've had a really tough schedule here of late. If we could get the star player missing theory in effect and create that perfect storm for line value as well, I think the Knicks are the right side. So give me the Knicks plus the 2 or better, and that's who I'm going to be on.
I have to tell you, I'm kind of a mercenary when it comes to this stuff. I used to NBA, I'd bet on it, but I wouldn't really watch it when I did, and I didn't like. I really like the NBA now.
Yeah.
Now that I'm following more with the characters and all the storylines, and I think you know what I like? I like all the crappy teams have all the bad players, and there's like 6 or 7 really good teams
that have
everyone.
Yeah.
And it just makes it easier to really focus on for me and really have an interest when I'm watching those games. And because of that, we got some really cool games to talk about, and we got another good one to talk about.
Is a good game.
But I don't know about I didn't have an opinion. Like I said, I'm still Romulan neutral. Don't know, but I'll do some more research on that. But we got one game coming up here at pregame.tv that you definitely should stay tuned. We got the Clippers traveling to the Mile High City in altitude, taking on the Denver Nuggets, who are playing out of their minds. This team was built to win regular season titles.
Yeah, they were.
Check back with us, pregame.tv. We'll break it down.
Yeah, they were.